It is already the second day that fires are ravaging the mountain region of Penteli near Athens. Hundreds of firefighters and volunteers are constantly fighting the fire. Over 100 fire engines, 3 planes, and 5 helicopters were directed to the area of the firefighting operation. Fires are consuming the vicinity of Pellini, Entuza, Penteli, Draffi, and the vicinity of Yerakas. The fire is still fueled by strong winds, making it difficult to extinguish the fire. Our priority is to protect human life, but also to care for public infrastructure and private property of citizens. Currently, the areas of fires are scattered throughout the territory in the most vulnerable area. Over the last week, more than 60,000 hectares of forests and meadows were burnt in Spain. The most affected are the autonomous communities of Castile and Leon in the west of the country. 2 people have died as a result of the fires, and a dozen or so are injured. One of them is a man who helped put out a fire in Zamora province. This is one of the largest hunting areas. A lot of animals live here, and they will suffer a lot now. This is a real tragedy. These oaks were 200, 300 years old. Now they have burnt down. It's a terrible sight. Drought affects our lives a lot. It hasn't rained here in 5 months. The situation is similar in Portugal, where more than 1,000 people have died in the last 2 weeks due to the heat wave. High temperatures also plague the inhabitants of Albania and Italy. 200 people were evacuated due to fires in Lucca, Tuscany. The fire has consumed over 500 hectares of forests and shrubs there. There are also firefighters in Lombardy and Emilia-Romagna. High temperatures have also contributed to the outbreaks of fires in many places in the UK. The dangerous situation took place in Wennington, east of London, where a fire consumed several houses.
It's probably just gone 12, and I could smell a bit of smoke, and I thought, oh, someone's having a barbecue, which was a bit ambitious in this heat. But I looked out the window, and just a couple of doors up, I could see a small bit of smoke coming out the back of their garden, and suddenly it just ignited. It was just unbelievable how it exploded. So I quickly ran through the front of the house to see what was going on, and I ran into my next door neighbour Steve, who used to be a fireman, and then we looked at it, and even by the time 30 seconds later we ran up to the house, the garage had already gone up, their car was on fire, and the fire was spreading down the fence. It was just amazing how quickly it spread.
Unfortunately, according to the assessment of the World Meteorological Organization, the heat may continue. Experts warn that you should pay attention to any disturbing signals from starting a fire and take care of your own safety.
Unfortunately, looking at all the models from our partners at the national and regional level, possibly not until middle of next week, and again, continued high temperatures for most of Europe.
In the future, these kind of heat waves are going to be normal, and we will see even stronger extremes. We have already pumped so much carbon dioxide to the atmosphere that the negative trend will continue for the coming decades, and so far we haven't been able to reduce our emissions globally. This heat wave is going to have further negative impact on agricultural activities.
Experts predict that high temperatures can contribute to the death of the elderly and infirm. Extreme weather conditions are also having a significant impact on agricultural production across Europe and could further exacerbate the global food crisis, which has been exacerbated by the war in Ukraine.